Well, with social distancing rules in place and with kids now home from school, many of us have more time to spend indoors. I met up with a local maker who has a craft that will not only keep you happy at home, but also let you create something beautiful in the process. We stopped by the studio of Elle Crée to learn more about her paint-by-number kits made right here in Portland. If you're like me, you love art, and to actually be an artist would be kind of a dream for me, but it's not everybody can actually just pick up a paintbrush and know how to paint beautiful things, but you've made that accessible to people, Rachel. Tell us about kind of what your company offers people.
Yeah, my company is called Elle Crée, which in French means she creates. It's a woman-owned company. And I, about 3 years ago, decided that I wanted to create something new that was my own and that I could share with a greater audience. And I have always loved vintage paint by numbers. And I thought, you know, perfect, it combines my love of vintage paint by numbers and a beautiful vintage aesthetic. And so I designed a kit that's meant for anyone. If you're age 13 and up, you can do these kits.
I think that's what I love about these though, is that you make it so that you can feel like you're an artist that's actually as good as you, because you're the one who's kind of creating these original pieces. Isn't that right?
Yeah, that's true. I start by illustrating the piece and kind of work backwards to put the lines and numbers onto the canvas. And I kind of limited myself to a color palette of 8 for each design, which is really great because it reduces the project time for people. It should only take 3 to 5 hours to complete one of these paintings. A lot of paint by number kits that you find are you know, 50-hour projects, and who has the time? So that's something I like about my designs, is that, you know, they're meant for somebody that just wants to dip their toe into the world of painting.
It's interesting because you were saying there's been kind of an influx of people doing these paint by number kits, not too many. How did you fall in love with these?
Yeah, I've just always loved the vintage, like the completed paintings that you find at estate sales that have been in people's attics or on people's walls since the mid-century when they first came about. And I really wanted to give a nod to that vintage aesthetic, but also to create something that felt fresh and new, and the subject matter was new, and just allowed people to kind of fall in love with the art form again.
Yeah, what's your favorite thing about these kits?
My favorite thing is probably how you feel when you're painting. I notice that when I sit down and I'm painting a sample, for example, I just kind of feel really calm. And that's something that's kind of hard to find today in the world we live in. And my kits are really meant to give people a sense of just being able to let everything else kind of melt away for a few hours and just concentrate on your brush strokes and really just find that inner sense of calm.
And your own creation in the process.
Exactly, yeah, to spur your creativity, to make you think, oh, maybe I could pick up a paintbrush and, you know, try something freehand after this.
Yeah.
But it really just sort of reminds you what it felt like to be a kid and to pick up a paintbrush and just to let your imagination
let it go.
Let it go.
Elle Crée uses all non-toxic paints and focuses on using local or American-made products. Coming up later in the show, we are giving you a look at how she makes some of these kits and home in her own studio. And for more information about Elle Crée, you can just head to our website after the show at kptv.com/moregdo.